my neck hearkens the anguished howls of the Molgrim, and the bitter patter of feet. A somebody and its flame, albeit a small one. 'Tis enough, perhaps. The Molgrim's precious shards, they must be returned to her lair, to her cauldron. Only then may the cleansing fire burn. The ragdoll's whisper of one shard kept by the dark itself. Another was stolen by the greedy moonbird up in the hilltops. The last one, perhaps the cowardly head knows. The heads betrayed us bodies, but not before we had betrayed ourselves. Fire in fist. The shards of fire. They must be restored to the cave. We hunted the Molgrims, took their fire, and with it, we set ourselves ablaze. The shards of that very fire must be returned to the Molgrim's lair. Somebody find the shards, mend the cauldron. Otherwise, we and thou art forever doomed to madness, to be fettered to the clay and mud. We took the shards from her lair. We named them cursed and scattered them. But in so doing, we cursed ourselves. The fire has gone out, but in our minds, it still doth burn. The ragdoll's whisper of one shard kept by the dark itself. Another was stolen by the greedy moonbird up in the hilltops. The last one, perhaps the cowardly head.
We put on a mask, we perform, and we put on a show.
Oh? Don't eat me! Well, if you're not gonna gobble me up, then can you maybe take me away from here? Please? Somewhere closer to Nobodyville and away from here. Get me out of this neck hole, please! I'm begging you on my bare chin, and I'll pay you for the effort. Handsomely with a beautiful shard from the Molgrim's cauldron. If you just take me to the outskirts, closer to Nobodyville. Look out! Phew, thanks for saving my neck. And I think I have a reward for you. A real treasure. Blech. There you go. One of the 3 missing shards from the Molgrim's cauldron. Yeah, I stole it. Oh, I thought I could maybe buy me some kind of ticket away from, well, everything. Start anew, you know? A good head on a pair of healthy, strong shoulders. Eyes on the horizon. Gosh, the horizon. Do you know I haven't seen it once since I lost my body? I really do miss my body. It's a real shame when you think about it, you know? The things that we do to ourselves, to one another. What we did to her, kind. All in the name of some sort of control. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I guess I'm sad. Sad and sorry. Hey, thanks. You're a great listener. You know that? Just take care of that shard now and maybe put it back where it belongs and... yeah. Goodbye.
The ragdoll's whisper of one shard kept by the dark itself. Another was stolen by the greedy moonbird up in the hilltops. The last one, perhaps the cowardly head knows. It's easy to lose one's head when everything you love is either gone, broken, or dead. Yet another forgotten swamp saying. Good evening. Or is it morning or afternoon? Hard to tell without a sun, isn't it? No, it is most certainly night. Or moonbirds hooting wouldn't make sense at all. Speaking of sense, will you help an old bird find some in this story? Fire up these dusty murals in the right order, and you will receive a present, a little gift, yes. Bring the fire to the story. As the heads roll, the time of the Molgrim begins anew. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. Intriguing. Once upon a time, the Molgrims lived in peace. I'm growing impatient and hungry. Try a different order. Once upon a time, the Molgrims lived in peace. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. And as the heads roll, the time of the Molgrim begins anew. Peace ended when the violent sun bodies invaded the valley. That ain't edible. Once upon a time, the Molgrims lived in peace. Peace ended when the violent somebodies invaded the valley. The valley was taken, but then began the Battle of the Bodies. Intriguing. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. For time immemorial, the Molgrims had lived in the valley in peace, sharing good eatings and howlings around their fire, which they had inherited from the skies. Then one terrible night came the violent somebodies. They hunted the Molgrims for sport and took their fire for themselves. But the somebodies knew not what they were dealing with, for as soon as they held the fire in their grubby hands, they began to fight one another with it. To save themselves from themselves, the cunning heads turned on their bodies and organized a great beheading. And so it was that somebodies became nobodies, and the bodies were exiled. A time of peace would ensue, or so the headlings thought. The last living Molgrim had been biding her time, and saw now an opportunity to return and take bloody vengeance upon the heads, who were now left defenseless without their bodies. The time of the Molgrim begins anew. A storied meal indeed. Moonbird thanks you for feeding her and proudly upholds the promise. A gift. A shard from the Molgrim's own cauldron. It looked so shiny in the moonlight. Moonbird simply had to take it. For now, she'll see you in the light.
never been much for company until she had met the other one. He had shimmering scales, an appetite for life, and carried a faint scent of rotting leaves she found irresistible. Oh, how they used to laugh at the distant stars, bitterly, together.